hold up. It's that boy G-Planz. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall, some say he's a man.
I don't want y'all looking at the camera. Okay, yeah. I was there.
I'm talking that shit.
Oh, you rolling? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so we here. You got me.
That's what it is for. Top notch. Right? Top notch barbershop.
No, top. What? Top
notch.
Hey, what you saying right all the time?
I said it right. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
It's a top notch cutting going on with it.
It's top off. I got nervous, JB.
I wouldn't agree with it said if Bree was in.
So we here at Top Off Barbershop. My man JB is the owner and the founder of it. It's not just a barbershop, but eventually one day it's going to be a staple in the community, a landmark in Dallas, Texas. He strategically put it here. He's close to DFW, easy accessible for the celebrities that he does cut. I'm really proud of the fact that he's opened up his space to allow us to come in tonight and talk about the socio-economic growth of the African-American community, not just here within Arlington, Texas, but throughout the DFW area. So I have some people sitting next to me. These are some people that I trust. These are people that I know have a heart for their people, which are our people, African-Americans, and specifically they are geared and skilled to handle the jobs and the work that they'll be charged with. We all kind of came together just simply not by the whim or by chance, but we all believe it was by God. As we began to talk and open up and share visions and share what God is doing and giving to each one separately, we found out that it was very similar, but we had some differences specifically to one's gifting. I met Dom literally while he was crying after eating a spicy, he did a spicy challenge at a vegan restaurant. And this is a black-owned vegan restaurant, Peace, Love, and Eats in DeSoto, Texas. Chef McGee is the owner and founder of it. And I met Dominic there, sitting with his lady, just tears running down his eyes. I had no clue who he was. And when I walked up to him, I was like, hey man, I didn't know whether to ask if he was okay or to see what was going on until I realized he was doing the challenge. And as we chopped it up about that, we began to go into how he grew up in that area. And he was not only blessed to grow up in the area, but blessed to grow up with a father and a mother as well in that area that not only supported him, but a father that gave him a great example. And I just began to listen. So, Dom.
How you doing? I'm Dominic, more of an entrepreneur, and I provide resources and guidance to people that's trying to get on that same road of entrepreneurship. My start off happened just simply being about 4th, 5th grade, being in elementary school. I always had the ambitions of having money in my pocket. Never knew why I wanted the money, but I always knew how to get to the money. So I remember I always had, went to Dollar General, used to get little small sodas, keep those in my lunch pail, you know, get a 6-pack for $1 and some change, you know, you used to be able to get the bag of chips, you get 4 for $1, you know, it ain't like that anymore. I used to go through, take them to school, and I'll sell them. I'd triple my money every day, you know. After that, I gained an addiction to it. I was like, oh wow, this is nice, you know. I got my own money, I don't have to ask anybody for anything. Mama drive by McDonald's and say, hey, Mom want McDonald's. She say, you got McDonald's money? I'm like, yes, here you go. You know, that's a simple way. And once I realized what you can do with the money, I was like, okay, this is nice. Then it got to a point I started making more money. I was like, okay, I like this. And I started seeing what you can do when you help people out. When you help people with your money and you give it away in a giving heart and you give guidelines on what you can do to help grow that individual that you're giving that funds to, it's a really great feeling. It allows you to go ahead and help your community one, and not only that, you're building your community to give you some new things that you want. So a perfect example, James McGee at Eat, what is it, Peace?
Yeah, Peace, Love, and Eats.
Peace, Love, and Eats. I love the concept and idea of bringing a vegan restaurant to the southern side of Dallas, because anytime I want to go eat, I feel like I gotta go to North Dallas if I want something nice. I get tired of having to drive 15, 20 minutes just to get a simple meal when I can go 7 minutes around the corner and buy what I want, have great quality, and not only that, it is actually going to be healthy compared to eating Burger King and McDonald's every other day. If you pay attention to our black communities, that's all we have. We have these big conglomerates that throw their unhealthy meals in our communities. One, making us sick.
Yeah.
That's why we got diabetes so bad, high blood pressure, and we can't figure out why we can't get healthy to make any improvements to see our investments grow. And so just seeing things like that and be able to support and provide the funding to individuals like that, it's a great feeling. You know?
To my left, on my right here, Barbara, she is a property manager at DeSoto Town Center. She not only manages the apartment side of it, but she manages the commercial side as well. And Barbara is heavily into retail. She's a part of the economic growth in DeSoto. And she's going to play a major part in how they change that city over. Right now they're bringing in, how he said, these conglomerates that are coming through. So we have the Dunkin' Donuts coming, the Baskin Robbins coming, Fuzzy's Tacos coming. And in the business world that I operate in, Fuzzy's Taco has become what they call an industry indicator. Fuzzy's Taco will not go anywhere unless they have some partners coming right behind them to help develop that area to ensure that they stay profitable. And when you see a Fuzzy's Taco sign, you should know then that there's about to be some heavy development in that area. And we saw that sign about 2 weeks ago after we were already talking about how they're about to try to gentrify the area. And Barb is going to play a really big part of not only just helping the companies come in, because that's her job, but she also can play a big part in helping African Americans.
Exactly. I have nothing else to say. That's literally, yeah, he hit the nail on the head right there. I love my people, and when I see us getting together, trying to do great things together, and we can actually work together, you know, it's magical. It's nothing but blessing, you know. So, yeah, that's it.
And then here to my left, I'm sitting with one of my barbershop friends. This is one of the reasons why I'm here at the barbershop, Dre. This guy walked in one day when we were at a different location, and he was literally just talking about how much he loved his wife. And at the time, fiance. Yeah. And I was so inspired by that, because you don't hear black men talk about how they love the woman that they standing next to often. And so I started talking to him. I was like, man, like, okay, what are y'all doing? He was sharing the vision of how his company's moving and changing, and through all of these shifts in his life, the love for his family didn't change. And I was so inspired by that, because I'll always hope that one day I'll be able to find that type of love. And so when I just started chopping it up with Drake, all of a sudden he started hitting me with the facts about the community. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. There's a lot more to this man than just what meets the eye. Not only does he love his woman, but he got a heart for the people, and that's how it started. It was like 3-4 years ago, 2-3 years, something like that. Like, and we just, every time we see each other, we pick up right where we left. So,
man, first of all, I want to say thank you for, just having the vision to put something like this together, because our people need it. Sometimes you can't articulate what you need, and this is what our people need. So appreciate that, man.
yeah.
But for me personally, just a little backdrop. I grew up in the hood, man, but I feel like it was a blessing. A true blessing. It wasn't, sometimes when we're in the hood, it feels like it's a curse, but it was a true blessing, because first of all, I had my mother and my father.
Wow.
Okay, so, but my father passed when I was 17, but one of the things that really drives me is when my pops passed away and I was 17, he put enough in me to take me the rest of my life. So that's the reason why I'm always trying to reach back to the next generation, because of what was put inside of me. So that's where my passion really comes from. So I've done a few things around the community, whether it be with the church, whether it be partner up with my corporation that I'm with, or something, or solo. I've gone to Lancaster High in Lancaster. I've gone to Eastern Hills and Fort Worth. And right now with my job, I partner with an organization where they teach finance and entrepreneurship to the elementaries. So right now I'm the lead of my campus. I'm the campus coordinator, and I got about at least 20 troops with me at my job. And we go out to these schools and we talk to the kids. Because really what I've learned is, if it had not been for the people that was been in my life to give me instill those things inside of me, discipline, hard work ethics, even though I was in the hood, because the hood showed me the good and the bad and the ugly. So it showed me the reality of life, not just what I seen on TV, but it showed me the reality of life. So it showed me what I wanted to be and what I didn't want to be. And my father, he backdoored would show me how to be a man. So now, with all those tools, I came out to the real world swinging. And it's real out here, man. And that's what these young folks need to know, it's real out here. But I'm going to show you how to navigate through it. So that's what I do. That's why I'm always trying to get back to you.
That, he brought up the key point of why everyone sitting in this room right now, I try to hold close to my vest. The owner of this barbershop has a heart for the community. My barber has a heart for the community. Dominic, Barbara, myself, Drake, Desmond, we all have a heart for the community. And to hear what he's saying about reaching out to our African American youth is exactly what we're going to begin to do, some type of way. We have to talk. African Americans, we have to talk to each other. It's not cool no more to say you self-made. Let's put that myth away. It's not cool. We need to help make our brothers and our sisters together. To my left is a good friend of mine. I grew up with this guy. And he talking about, oh Lord, you know I'm about to give it to you. I'm about to give it to him. Desmond has seen the good, bad, and ugly of every part of me. He saw the temper tantrums from when I threw my helmet off in football practice, pads and clothes because I was mad. A hood baby with no direction. And he saw me go from fighting, getting kicked out of school, to becoming more mature, to hitting high school and trying to be the best I can for God. And he stuck by me that whole way. His mom and my mom are real good friends. And recently when he got married a few years ago, another inspiration for me. This man comes from a family that was married and are business owners. His father, his uncles, he comes from literally a family of nothing but black men that own business. And for me to see him go from once being shy, let's call it out of him, once being shy, to talking and moving. I can't wait until God just takes over his body and gives him that vision for this business that I know is on the inside of him, because he was birthed from nothing but businessmen. It's in his blood and energy. Desmond, my man.
Well, thank you. We did grow up together. I mean, my grandparents grew up in this breeder town. That's like a small black community in Natchitoches. My parents, they live across the train tracks. It's Highland Park. That's where I grew up. I mean, I was very confused as a young child. I didn't know what hood I was from because I was in both so often. And like one thing I would say, like my parents, they were together until I was 12. It's like for a long time, a lot of people used to say, oh, y'all are rich black people, because I don't know why black people are still, because you live on a hill, you have money. You know, our house was just built on a hill. We didn't have money. I guess my thing is we were blessed, but my parents, my uncles, my grandfather, they worked all their life. Like my grandfather, that's where it really started from, like that entrepreneurship. He grew up like on a farm. I mean, his grandparents and parents were slaves and stuff. So, I mean, he decided, okay, he started selling like one little thing and flipped that, and started a laundry service business. Then he ended up getting sick. My uncle flipped that, made that into a bigger laundry service business, a landscaping business, making pools. Now he does, also he does like flipping houses. And then my dad back door, he's a licensed electrician, and he's a plant manager. So that was my vision to like, it's there to be a business owner. I mean, I guess my goal is one day to run all their business for them and just let them sit back and relax and not have to work like my grandfather did until he was 80-something years old, and like he was on his deathbed talking about, okay, I need to go cut this yard, go make this money. So I guess my whole thing is that my grandparents instilled that in me to work hard, provide for my family. I want to be 50 and not have to have my children worry about, okay, am I going to be able to go to college and afford it? I mean, I guess one thing my parents did instill in me is like, you know, you work hard, you be able to show for it. And so that's what they did. And I mean, I love my community. I love, you know, where I'm from, and I love my family and the blessings that they instilled in me and the visions. But I mean, sometimes you gotta just have that outpour and just pull it out of yourself. And my vision plan hasn't come yet, but it's coming.
I believe it. I definitely believe it. With these people here and some other ones that aren't here right now, you know, the goal in the vision is just for us to continue to talk to one another, figure out how we can push these visions together and make it work for our community. We have to rebuild the Wall Street again. there's a charge on this generation, and if you want to answer that call, understand we will help and, you know, talk the same way we all talk with each other. We have to go back to our community.
I want to ask you this: if we talking, all right, what's the first step? All right, we have a accountant, we have a realtor, we have an investor, someone who has no direction of where they want to go, but they may have some money they may want to invest, or they may say, hey, I have an idea. What steps should they take in using you guys to make that vision come to fruition?
I mean, really, that's a loaded question, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of different avenues that you come from. So I'm gonna touch just maybe on a few of them. First thing is knowledge. Get the information. Like what we talk about all the time, barbershop and all kind of different things, is what happens in our community. We don't get exposed to a lot of things. So how can you aspire to something that you don't know nothing about, right? So put yourself in environments, you know. That's the reason why. I'm not gonna try to go too deep, man. But the reason why they kept books away from us as slaves is because when you open up your mind, you open up opportunities. So information is one of the most important things that you need. You may not know which direction to go, but you're on YouTube, Snapchat, it's all kind of stuff out there. There's a lot of resources. Channel that energy to something, to learn about something that you didn't know about before. Or if you had an interest in something, try to get some information about it. There's a lot of people and a lot of resources. It's people that master what they do. Try to get some information from there. Going on YouTube, man, they got all kind of YouTube channels where people give me information. But get the information here, because that's something nobody can take away from you. You start there, then you find a mentor. So that's a few things you can start with.
And just to add on to that, finding a mentor, is very, very key. Although you have the information, your mentor is going to have the knowledge. The definition of a knowledge is having the information, knowing how to be able to apply the information to get the goals that you want. And most importantly, you have to enjoy the process of getting to the goal. So, for example, let's say you want to build a house. You got to make sure you have your foundation correct. Because if you build a conglomerate business on a poor foundation, you just need one good Texas tornado come through and that business gone, you know. And so you can take that knowledge and use it throughout your life, period. You can use it for school, personal life, use it with your religion and faith. You gotta have your foundation, your base, and use the information to turn that information into knowledge. And like I said, having a mentor is key because they can help you take shortcuts for free. If somebody else can bump their head and you can listen and learn from their incident, man, that'll just save you 5 years of headache.
Big facts.
Just from listening to somebody. Yeah. And you have to listen with the intent to retain information, not with the intent to reply. Okay. One thing I was recently reading, it made me laugh. It said, if you ask somebody a question and they know the answers to everything, they didn't understand the question. Because there's no way to know the answers to everything. We're humans. We can use the information and knowledge to get to the answer, but they know right off the bat, something's not right there. You stay away from those individuals. You want to find somebody that says, I don't know that, but if you give me a moment, I can find that out. Or I don't know that, give me a second, I'll call such and such, and they can